Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama any media for share e could dim come to a dream, you know, say or the Nadrin chain in a dream po any mo be dim come and say the name sank or quiet and come say oh me buy a bay or mampeni no me say me ba me sense why A B C the media to us why sa do ye mo ne say entro and kontompo any project a ye nwia enko a eno kokoye yedika education dia no omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama ehwe Ghana fo nyina anim ehwe camera mu etena media fo nyina anim ka che say ono na ban ene de national health insurance e bae ono ene ma Ghana ye health insurance ye we eye national health insurance omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama etumi bie na no e kasa on the next chapter yen diatem yen kasentia peni yen kasa ntwi bebi asem no da no ene ye de to ye behwem na ye bisa se anya bia asem no ka che media for no eye no kre ana ye no kre mese mo mombo video ne ma metiawa na yembra issues na so dia omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama e ka che media for no enie.
Even the NHIS NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go.
Enti se ene utifie na utse former President Mahama so ono na ban ene ma Ghana health insurance national we mbehyewo. And the normal circumstance we cry ya semanka ye be chechim ko bia ti wo Ghana ha bia nim se omampeni dada President Kufuor ni MPP aban and the national health insurance buy baby so for Mr. Mu after the year 2003 I share national health insurance I say e wo my way mo no na ye nuanum bia dey omba beto aba in 2024 ne bi nkro ho afi ne ba be omedi 2 years e bi nkro afi ne omedi 3 years e bi nkro ho na ye wo mo ye inti wa hwe a no ohwe omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama program yi binti wa giedi se ampa NDC aban and a man national health insurance here national, and that is why we have to explain. That's why I keep saying say Gen Z for Intia na mebrew Gen Z for Intia say ye Gen Z for na and can some ni nyina de omo maka ni nyina obi anim but Gen Z for nti ese echechire mu na omo so omo nya abakosem no omo tibi na de ma Gen Z for nkomo ne ye de ne say omo no wo chiacha asem no mu wi a omo nyina ekura afidie bi omo atumi kohwe etwe se de awoka no eye no kra na ye no kra but it's all trail one koso na emo mani eden edi eche ansa na meba omampeni that dance mo kan ne no kra ewom ne no kra enim kra no. You see there's a certain contradiction bi e wo papa ne mu a oka nkofo se mo nka last week mo kai say ye born nsem o ka 5 years SHS wu nyina obai no no ansa be kasa de no kasa ti aye no ono anso no side ye den or the buyer. Answer na meko hano. Let's establish the fact. NDC never introduced NHIS and they never made NHIS national. Omampeni dada John Ajekum Kufuor in the national health insurance eba on my way mu. Ono ne etete national health insurance bedum pempeso edui. NDC for ba be mu no. Omo amfa ade esronku bia meka national health insurance on except the legal framework Omampeni Kufuor Shasia when we 2009 ofia bemu. That is all. NDC added nothing new to the national health insurance that was in existence before they came to power. That's a must say NDC na the national health insurance buyer. Yembisa Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama 2016 say why and the national health insurance about my way mu. Mesemo mumbisa Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama parliament mami no kasa 2016 yente do kan say why and the national health insurance by Muntino.
President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. Initiative achieved significant debt reduction. Implementing President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program, and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction. Implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills.
Ebusafo, men shall say cry you, but you see the contradiction. On Penida John Mahama, one original Parliament 2016. Why wouldn't want some boy you? We put the mambo audio and wakasama doctor who video. In fact, Gen Z's, our YouTube, you can go and check, watch for yourself. You can watch the entire 2016 State of the Nation's address. Or say, on Penny President Kufuor at the social intervention policies bit to say livelihood empowerment program. And the implementation of the national health insurance, and he passed it on to Professor Mills. How can you say that Professor Mills and the NDC are the ones who made the health insurance national, when you yourself had already told Parliament in 2016 that the national health insurance was implemented by President Kufuor? How? How? What kind of contradiction is this? How is one person able to treat a whole country like this? Wow. Nada ekata on my money in Mr. Monsa mbodi okache media for Nancy play it again. Obo wie pe member have you obo wie signboard your car 2016 near contradiction. But media engagement video ni biom.
NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's national health insurance scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program, and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction. Implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills.
At this point, what see videos we know? Mr. Mo, mami 1 hour pe na to boase. Ni ntie nsem we ni ncheche mu ye. Omampani John Mahama edika ka kire Ghana man nyina in the year 2016 wa parliament say Omampani Kufuor implemented national health insurance scheme and passed it on to Ngaban. 2024 Omampani Kufuor da so ho. Mpenifo ye nyina ebi nkro parliament omo da so ho. O say abeka kire say what Omampani Kufuor did was not national health insurance. It was district mutual health insurance scheme. Now, NDC are buying a bemani and national, what we have today. Answer na meka sakano. It's a lie. It's an outright lie. Ayentro. Dio kanu ye unkontumpo. Omampani Kufuor health insurance ye one in its current form ni nature pepepe. Ono de buy. NDC omanfa bibia amba. Omanfa bibia anso anka ho. Osanso kan say omo buy and omo pilot say district mutual health insurance scheme. Ewa Damongo and Nkranza. That is what he said. In fact, I say, sa pilot no krano, it was way before Omampani Kufuor. Into NDC first under Rollins, according to him, Omo implemented district mutual health insurance scheme. Ewa Nkranza and Damongo. And Omampani Kufuor be converted into district whatever. And almost be the national. And also intro. And you no ketwa si kra enim. Me asema meaning in asono. Me nka hwasem. Menyaka so utwantro. Follow me on this journey. I'm improving sure say when dino creba could say a man central for no. I district mutual health insurance schemes are never ho. ansana aban omampeni kofo eba beye ye friend say health insurance na Ukraine sisi ano. In fact, between 1992 to 1995, na the only way in existence the friend of community health insurance schemes. No, and yet even a buying introduce here a pure private health insurance schemes, private entities, and a form of community health insurance scheme say yemfamboa communities no. Intine bi wo ho okwawuman nkoko West Gonja Damongo de na oka wansem no. In Kranza District Hospital Butcher Health Insurance Scheme were all formed by Catholic Church. In fact, Damongo in Kranza de no krade international partners ebe support your mom set it up. For the record, in Kranza Community Health Insurance Scheme, did you know? Any Damongo Community Health Insurance Scheme, and ya buying and yes, our health insurance schemes no. A Catholic Church and a community no, and our yes, our health insurance scheme no. It had nothing to do with government. Government had no hand in it. Mr. Mo, all my Gen Zs watching this evening, for phone, nako Google, nabo Nkranza District Mutual Health Insurance, nafa USAID kaho. Ebema everything you need on the Nkranza scheme now on Mampinin Dada John Dramani Mahama kan ho asem no. Ubehu a lot of links. Wo de me ha ho. The first link ebeba no, an external evaluation of the Nkranza community finance scheme. This our first link no. Ubia ebema report we. Technical report number 50. An external evaluation of Nkranza community financing health insurance scheme Ghana, March 2000. Prepared by Chris Atim PhD. Magweni Stock MA consultant, we know United States aid institution and a commission a friend say evaluation report. Listen to the background to the Nkranza Community Health Insurance Scheme. Scheme na Omampenda da John Dramani Mahama say a buying pilot you know. Listen, following the introduction of the cash and carry systems in Ghana's health sector in the late 1980s, many patients began to have difficulty with paying for their health care. As a result, many did not go to the hospital until it was too late or their illness had advanced to a more complicated phase. Others who were admitted and treated subsequently absconded without paying for their treatment. Many individuals quite simply could not afford to pay for their care. The population therefore had reduced access to hospital services, and in turn, this had negative impact on the financial performance of hospitals, such as St. Teresa's Hospital in Nkranza. The idea of starting a health insurance scheme was raised at a meeting of Catholic Church Hospital administrators in Sunyani in 1989. The idea itself was inspired by the example of Bwamanda Hospital Health Insurance Scheme in the former Zaire. Approvals for the pilot project in St. Teresa's Hospital and Nkranza were obtained in 1990-1991 under the leadership of Dr. Eneke Bosman, the then administrator of the District Medical Officer of Health in charge of Nkranza. The Nkranza Community Financing Health Insurance Scheme was launched formally in 1992 with a funding pledge from MEMISA, a Dutch Christian non-governmental organization, which promised to meet any expenditure shortfalls run by the scheme in its first 3 years of operation. Ebusiafo. This is the background of Nkranza Community Health Insurance Scheme. It is Omampeni Bekache will say, or no, not buying and the Kofa Nkranza Community Health Care Scheme by as a pilot. It's a lie, it's an outright lie. No Caribbean Uchantro. Organizational chart of the Nkranza Community Health Financing Scheme in the Bishop of Sunyani in that top. Sunyani Bishop, Catholic Church Bishop in that top. And a district health office no ebua omo to administer the scheme. There's an executive secretary, there's a diocesan coordinator, insurance management team, insurance advisory board, and a contracted field workers, purely privately managed, purely community based, purely owned and managed by the people. The scheme charges an annual flat fee or premium per head, irrespective of age or sex. This premium must be paid during the single registration period lasting 2 months from December to January every year. The evolution of this fee or premium since the beginning of the scheme is as shown on this table. 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. When it sika community nim say opesa we part of the community health insurance, Catholic Church na set it up. Memisa international NGO no contribute here. Na afini mu no mu bia na wako register. Na so nu ebusu ya ahwe. Can you imagine say community akom ho abom. Na omwa eyi omwo mbotom ntoboa e de hwe omwo ho. Na years later omampani bi aba say ade na community na akom nsase etwetwe musika abra mu bojeni aye no ono na ekofa ba ya. How does it make you feel? When it is quite obvious here that this scheme was purely set up by the people. In fact, I'll say the idea of starting a health insurance scheme was raised at a meeting at the Catholic Church Hospital. It's owned by the Catholic Church, run by the Catholic Church, and the community had nothing to do with government at the time. In Nkranza scheme achievement, I'll say the Nkranza Community Health Scheme enjoyed a subsidy from the Dutch non-governmental organization MEMISA for the first 3 years of its operation. After 8 years, however, it is surviving essentially on its own resources, which is itself also a remarkable achievement worth celebrating. Moreover, by its mere survival, it has proved skeptics wrong and has become an example to all other communities wishing to begin similar initiatives. Aden. But I also say, as some people, including members of the traditional council, noted, the scheme has made Nkranza famous and has excited a lot of interest, both nationally and beyond. Being a pioneer at a time when others were skeptical or less foresighted, and now being vindicated in the sense that even the Ministry of Health has finally abandoned its plans for a state-run national health insurance scheme and come out for community-based schemes like Nkranza is a major success. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And see, how do you stand in front of the media? Now what catch you say, whoa, and Nkranza community health insurance scheme and one back some da ho be no una kofa bae. Why? Adia nanano ma hemfo. Edge mo ho samrane say ama Nkranza man din akosoro amoma gidi because oma yade obi anye bida amom kuro no so ni ma peja omo say other communities should you know learn no what jiafa say eye wo dia how and it makes it very, very difficult for us as a people to understand some of these things. And I'm glad to say you were back on some wo you were a friend saying in some nankasa wo you were books wo and put one betumpa never be bro how bit with the dear dance here. Let us put it on record. It is never true that the National Health Insurance Scheme was piloted by the NDC in Nkranza and Daimongo as a community. It is not true. They didn't do it. A Catholic church and a money community in boom and an international NGO be a friend of MEMISA and no more kabom no more. In fact, at some point, not in Nkranza mine, the pioneer of community health insurance scheme in this country. I will be a body also. The same for Damongo. Mr. Ramo, go to Google and just enter. Assessment of the sustainability of West Gonja Hospital Health Insurance Scheme in the West Gonja District, Damongo, Ghana. Medical care after independence was free for Ghanaians until 1980s, when the Ministry of Health could no longer afford to provide such free services. As a result of the removal of subsidies, user fee was introduced to recover costs based on the advocacy of the WHO, the World Bank, and the international agencies. The West Gonja Hospital, located in Damongo in the northern region, a facility of the Catholic Church, also faced the problem of increasing a cost in providing health services to the people. In 1995, the hospital management initiated a community health insurance scheme as an alternative means of financing services. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Damongo Community Health Insurance Scheme. Nothing to do with government. It was a Catholic church just as they did for Nkranza, they did same for Damongo. On Mampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama, Ejina Media for him, Eshe Kamaremu, said Damongo and Nkranza, Omo, and a pilot community health insurance scheme. That is false. That's a lie. These schemes were set up by the communities. They were set up by the communities. They were set up by the Catholic people, and it is not from the people. It is not from government. Ebia, one cheche mubia, no what to boss no what cheche. But Usha Kukudra or the Kasai say or no. Now it was piloted. The Nkranza scheme, the Damongo scheme. Now so we can now what ton boss or kind of boko no. Uje ja ho abejinedi. But this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. And when no eyeni da ho ade a wahye da yi nani say or count to, because first of all oje president Kufuor enu onyam around national health insurance oje afa te say ne o person oje na free SHS no oje health insurance no so afa because Nkranza ho na yere efi into to me nka say onim no kre no but like ono kan say abato mbraso nti ntro kakra no their frame but the ntro no emfa utwa would arrest it. For the record, it is a lie, it is false. The NDC, as a friend is Mampeni John Dramani Mahama saying, they do not have anything to do with the Nkranza health insurance scheme and then the Damongo health insurance. It's a purely community-based health scheme initiated by the Catholic Church. In fact, yaba bemu in the year 2001. No. Na sa community health insurance schemes here Nkranza and Damongo aye abeye a friend is saying model ama other communities in it. Not several communities in Suyebi. Until there were so many communities and so on started community health insurance schemes. 47 of them were in existence. Like I showed earlier, they were all there to, help their community. They were there to help their community come up with, your friend is saying, health financing alternatives. But you don't just come and own it and take it when you had nothing to do with it. That becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. The better 47, now Mampeni Kufuor say, are there communities here there? Are there power? Now how do we ensure say Ghana ni bia esubetubenya ade ho faso? Na yahwe Ghana fo nyina preko. Remember, NDC for year na kofa cash and carry buy you. Until NDC in the late 80s, health was free. One the kofa health insurance, a friend say cash and carry buy. So they introduced cash and carry. Uniska na say sebe car ball near Dudu Hospital. Near Tutu bottom, near Huska Botoma. Ubewu. Cash and carry was so bad in this country and it was introduced by the NDC. No Mampeni Kufuor said no, we have to do something about it. So we introduced a friend is a national health insurance scheme. Ye can see the national health insurance scheme eba and tokwa pa John Mahama His Excellency ni NDC any MPP aban koye enye binye. National health insurance scheme has been launched. Afe ye launch ade ewie omo ne ye kontokwa omo kasa that time no oye a friend is saying or a member of parliament ote parliament so obo na ye support no okuti aye just like all NDC people. But of course in 2007 in 2003 aban passe national health insurance embra set up district mutual health insurance schemes in 145 districts across the country. Into districts be one health insurance. That is how national health insurance actually started. District be into district ni mono. Say me mikro me Equiapem North district mutual health insurance scheme. Me want me card. Into say me area. Me to me akọ Tetekwashi. Me to me akọ Dache clinic. Me to me akọ Latte clinic ni ade. E wo district ni. District be also e wo no ane board. About a 50-member board or manage a friend is saying health insurance world district in about 7 staff are almost running the day-to-day affairs. So that is how it was set up. Into a buying based on a Mampeni Kufuor model of the buy into a buying GGG mobilizing resources. Now based on what district or membership or no, a buyer mauska. Now we scan now one manage and making sure say omo yare or more cost person near the other be sure money between and draw can near there. But you do 2007. Mampeni Kufuor who say district mutual health insurance schemes, they are becoming corrupt. Processes, bebre, baby or we nipa 200, also we nipa 300. Say they are buying best selling this kind of more. O my basa. In fact, me fan say Tamale na Tamale district mutual health insurance scheme consulting fee ebi wa me find say 20 cedi ba unye free Tamale ekọ wale pe consulting fee e be 50 70 cedis so na esrobwe bebia district bia charges no musipe and a district bia charging drones so musipe it was affecting even the efficiency of the health insurance scheme na aban pese omoye no. In the year 2007 omampeni kufo shas yese or consolidating all car health insurance district mutual health insurance schemes in nyina den abom into the year first and say ogu governing boards of all the 145 district mutual health insurance scheme no kan nyina abom no you know one national health insurance scheme o dissolve all the boards no kan nyina abom na nyina be one national health insurance scheme and that or issue national health insurance scheme card back into kayo or share health insurance in I say in 2003 no na district bia issue card what the hospital or district in mupe in the year 2007 no obi abeka say omampeni kofo dissolve all the governing boards of the 145 district mutual health insurance scheme and na otwa district health insurance card sin nyina mu and na oka ni nyina abomu no national health insurance and na or issue card back as a national health insurance card. Anybody that was alive between the year 2007 and now knows about this. But for the sake of the Gen Zs until the Gen Zs, please go online and go and read. This is there as a matter of fact. And what the national health insurance card did was that I fed the sa card now district in the mountain with the hospital or district in the moon and Tisabium. Ghana nyina ya kan nyina bom ene ya makad baako enti baby awo bia wo man mu bia enfa wo district awo enfa wo baby awote wo de sa card no etumi ko hospital. This was done in the year 2007. The other thing I'm planning to for you say or standardizing in drone bo prices and a consulting and a maternal bibia wo koye hospital bia no say wo ko ekoye o damongwa sika ye beje as consulting fee no eno a na wo besen ko Karaga yebejo and one out by Senko Sojama yebejo or yen sape pepe the same card now so now ya or the kobia esa udukobia inti o introduce or mani nyina ye uniform you know kan nyina bomu in a be one national health insurance scheme say na be na corruption any inefficiencies any management challenges what district mutual health insurance scheme no obey ni nyina efi ho and no set up regional offices making sure say each of the regions will be there to supervise and coordinate what is happening at the regional office. You know, setting up the national office to make sure say every region also has a proper supervision that is needed. Like I said, we develop a uniform medicine list. In Tindrono, or managing a uniform, making sure say quality assurance is solid, or making sure say processing of claims from the district schemes, you know, were done in Accra. It is a we are hospital or district na say hospital no show we na obeji de sika obeba nkran na your processes friends any nyina ama no. These were systems that were needed to move the 145 district schemes into a uniform national health insurance scheme. Sanyama we nyina omampeni kufo eyeye. So by the time omampeni kufo was leaving government in the year 2008, Ghana had a national health insurance scheme with one national health insurance card that gives you access to healthcare anywhere in the country, no matter the district I from and the district I would card. This is a matter of fact. Samose meboa, momi yentie dia omampenda da John Dramani Mahama eka wa parliament. Why in the implementing national health insurance scheme? Please play that video for me.
President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ibansata Mills. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ibansata Mills. President Kufuor continued the economic.
Inti Onwangasa Akato was a Omampeni Kufuor implemented the national health insurance scheme. Until how do you come back years later and come and say, oh, man, Peninkufu didn't implement it. I'm on year national. Why? I don't know, yes, sir. Former President Mahama, I don't know, yes, sir. One now cover Parliament, 2016. Somebody now who your man Penu. One I catch a Ghana for you, so man Peninkufu implementing national health insurance scheme. I don't know, Uber back 8 years later. Ebeka say, wo and away and national. Until kind of 2016, now we try and 2016 and now we try and 2024. Why do you do that?
Aha, PRIZM Multimedia. When you go so share, now me say akwenya no ho de maw, say wo be subscribe, ye the video to ma, why you the first person I won sabet me aso ye video mu, na wo so so a wo ye omamba pa no wetumi ehunu ne ekoso e wo oman mu. Like adwintre bi so ho na opese wuja, fato comment section ni mu. Edi ba ko pe na fa frame make meje wo so. Me si ha da mu nyina mwase mamumoni ti a ye je me enyado.